Hey guys, it's like 3:30 in the morning. Um, as I posted about uh, the last short that I posted, I had to come on here. It's 3:30 in the morning, and I'm I know I'm overthinking, but I'm also trying to strategize in how to turn a expensive mistake into a shiny silver lining, because I'm determined and persistent, and I'm not about to throw away money on a shitbox from hell. Everything about the rig that I bought um, has so many issues. I was told by the owner that he put a 25-year roof, a pitch or rubber roof or whatever the flying fudge he put on it is a 25-year. You know, I don't know of such a thing that an RV has on the roof. Okay, a 25, 30-year roof is a residential rubber roof that you see commonly in cities, in row homes. A flat roof primarily is you put a rubber roof on a roof of a townhouse that's flat. Okay, yes, they have a 25, 30-year lifespan. Okay, have you guys ever heard of a 25-year roof that is put on an RV? I sure as hell haven't. And if there is such a thing, I'm sure it cost a hell of a lot of money. And it better be freaking durable because of the motion and moving of a motorhome or a pull long. No matter what RV you have, there is stress of movement that needs to be uh, moved with your vehicle, your RV. Okay, it needs to adjust and accommodate the twisting and turning and stuff. Okay, RVs are a a stick and metal, and they're just freaking cheap. Okay, inexpensive build. Okay, for real, but you're paying for the name of the RV and not the materials that they put in, because if you were paying that much for quality, um, the stability of a RV build, it shouldn't be cheap. And we're not dumb. We all know what cheap looks like, feels like. Okay, it's cheap. All right, and if you can get to be a full-time RVer that isn't a Brinkley or a freaking what's the other high end, it's an RV. It's not Jayco or anything like that. I'll think of the name, but a Brinkley, and the one that I'm trying to think of is you can see the materials being more of a high end, but really, are they, is it that expensive? to build that. I don't think so. Nope. They are freaking a shit farmer selling shit to another farmer and asking for a high price of retail, pricing. Okay, that's my point of view. Okay, the only way that you can build something is if you build it yourself and know what goes into it. There's materials out there that are so high quality. You pay the price for things that and researched and stuff of the quality of it. If you have the money to build something and materials are expensive and by seeing and feeling the quality of it and the price of it is worth to you to use in a build, go for it. But as far as RVs, you're paying for the name, the materials they use. You can actually buy that yourself and build a cheap ass RV and put your name on it and roll it down the freaking road. And people are going to ask, well, Jeslyn Mobile, okay, and question about the brand. I wonder if anyone's really going to inquire about it. I'm sure, ask, how much did you pay for that? I've never heard of a Jeslyn Mobile. No, you haven't, because it's my brand, okay? I believe people should stop buying cheap, high-priced pieces of shit. Seriously. If you know the build, because you not only designed it, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it and branded your name. And and keep all the receipts and see exactly how much you paid for it because you know of the quality of the materials are worth the price because of the stability of them. It's going to be a long-lasting build. And like me, I couldn't do it because I'm freaking in, working saws and measuring. Oh, forget that. I measure twice and cut once. Well, I would have to measure 152 times and still frick it up when I cut it. Okay, that's just who I am. Okay, no. But if you put that price of materials in building an RV or a shelter or whatever, keep the receipts. Guaranteed your build is not only a better quality than anything out there with a brand name that people pay for. You're not going to get anything like a Brinkley or a Jayco or anything like that, okay? You will have your own branding. You know what you did and know that and be confident that your crap is going to be freaking still running and be trustworthy down the road 10, 15, 20 years since you built it. I don't recommend buying RVs because of their reputation of name. Okay, I can name all these freaking RV companies and stuff that people insist saying, oh, they're good quality, they last long or whatnot. Brand new, 60,000, a hundred something, $200,000. When a product that guaranteed you can build yourself, and the materials that you put into it is not marked up like major brands do. Okay, I wish I could have done that and thought about doing something like that, but my time is not on my side, and I'm made the biggest mistake um, financially in investing in a piece of shit from top to bottom and underneath. One good thing though, in the RV that I bought, yes, it's old, and I know I bought somebody else's problems. We all do. We could buy a new vehicle and something breaks a couple weeks, whatever, from new to when you bought it, something happens. Well, you just created a problem. It's your problem, and if you sell, it's going to be somebody else's. I understand that I took the risk of getting and buying an RV that is 1992 and knowing I'm buying someone else's problems. However, the problem I don't have with this vehicle is the motor being sound. Okay, it passed Pennsylvania required inspections, but it did not pass the 3-point inspections of everything that is in it, from the air conditioner, the propane tank, to valves, to everything that needs to operate, everything in the vehicle, in the RV. I come to find out that the dude put a sealant on the roof as if it was a Band-Aid and didn't properly address the soft spots on top. He covered it with a white sealant, like kilts kind of thing, okay? And the only thing I think he was truthful about was the onboard Onan generator, okay? I wasn't upset about that because that could be easily remedied with the generators of today, okay? I don't need to have a gas sucking generator, okay? I could care less if it worked or not. It's always easily a bypass issue, problem, whatever. It's easily freaking taken care of, okay? I don't need that piece of shit anyway, so I wasn't worried about it. But let me tell you something though. Word of caution. If it's appealing and it looks good to what you see, presentation sells, doesn't mean shit. Okay? I seen and I knew that the overcab sleeping area had ripples in the ceiling. In fact, somebody commented, and I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, commented about taking care of it, the leaks and the rippling of the ceiling inside, where the overcab bed area is. And I knew that, okay. I realized that it had a water issue, okay. And I knew that. And, but what I didn't know was the Band-Aid that was poured on top of the wound is not what you do, okay? You need to address the issue that you have to replace and fix correctly the issue. No Band-Aid's gonna freaking protect you, okay? And I found that out today. Well, yesterday. And I've been up overthinking, trying to find the silver lining in this situation to have a better outcome and not get depressed or cry over the money that I paid for a piece of shit that, you know, is sitting in a fucking toilet bowl, okay? Basically, I did. And to also found out that the propane tank is not only expired, but very rusted. The regulator doesn't work. There's a valve, several valves to the, the water tank doesn't work. There's multiple valves that are seized up or doesn't work. But if I would have, if I didn't listen to this part of my instincts, which I ignored my instincts when I went to see this rig for the first time. I had some, you know, that my instincts were saying, I don't know. But see, the thing is, I was running out of time. I gave my landlord a specific time of when I was moving out, and that time was getting closer and closer. And this vehicle was literally the fourth vehicle that I seen and stuff like this. And presentation of the inside sold because the original you know, seats at the table are original, no rips, no nothing like that. And I didn't notice that there's some things that need to be replaced, fixed, yada, yada, yada. But I sure as hell did not know its deep secrets. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm depressed over it and thinking of, you know, is there really a silver lining in all this? And if so, how much elbow grease do I need to bring it up to its original luster? Okay, I'm on a budget. Okay, I planned out what I set a set budget of I can't afford a certain amount and whatnot. Yeah, I'm sure you know how it feels to be screwed in your arse without lube. Yeah, I feel extremely violated and you know, but I can't blame anybody but me on this, okay? I'm taking a big loss, and I don't know if it's worth to work hard and dish out money to bring the silver lining to its original luster, okay? Make that shit shine. I don't know if it's worth it. And I'm Googling a lot of things and whatnot, and shit. Again, I feel freaking screwed in my arse, and his mother flower got me hook, line, and sinker. He's a professional Gordon fisherman shit, and I'm the stupid freaking fish that nabbed the fucking hook. Shame on me. I blame myself for this. But I'm not going to batter myself over this, because it's a lesson that I will live and learn and die to forget. But as long as I'm here, I learned my lesson. Can't believe nobody else. And, you know, today is a world of untrustworthy people, fast money makers, professional scammers, and they get what they want at all costs. Meanwhile, somebody like me who's in good faith and gives people the benefit of the doubt, don't do that. Rely on your gut instinct, aka your soul. Your soul's telling you, you know, you feel it in your soul and your gut, and it doesn't feel right. You better go by that, because don't make the mistake I did, going on the benefit of the doubt. And, you know, presentation sells and everything. If it looks good, it will hook, line, and sinker you too. And you are now a shit farmer that just bought shit from another farmer. But the only thing he did was sugarcoat it for you to make it a presentation to sell that. Big mistake. Don't do it. Lesson learned. And the only thing I can do to make this big mistake and lesson that's learned is to turn it around and do what I can, because I lost money. I have a piece of shit of a vehicle that is no good from top to bottom, underneath and in between. Its transmission is leaking accordingly, and there's an oil leak too. Yeah, seals and gaskets are easy to replace, but if there's something like wrong with the transmission or the trainee bands and stuff like that, or, you know, that's a very costly repair, which is something I'm not budgeted in to have. So, yeah. So if you guys have any advice or suggestions on what to do as far as what to do with the roof, at least. Oh, another thing I just remembered. Electrical issues also. Something is blowing a fuse and pops every time. I'm not sure of the specifics, but a fuse in particular, is blown every time something is turned on or whatever. Not exactly sure what that is, but yeah. This freaking vehicle could blow me to Timbuktu and bumfucked Egypt and cluster bomb scatter wherever, you know. And I don't know about y'all, but I value my life. And this is serious, you know. If there's a fire, you have seconds to get at the frick out, because you're initially in a matchbox, a box of Kindle, You know, that's why I recommend if you're going to pay a few good bucks for an RV that has a, um, you know, specific name, okay, you're just paying for the name. The materials that they use, you can use yourself and build something on a frame and use better quality, more expensive materials, but at least you know what's going in it. You know what you paid for, and guaranteed the material that you pay for will not come close to any of the prices of new RVs of today. It's sad how we are getting date raped, really, you know, and if you are willing to pay $125 or even a $60,000 RV, take that price and build something yourself. There's plenty of people out there that will do it for you. As long as you give them the designs that you want and buy the material, all you need to do is pay for the labor. So that's something to think about. But yeah, I'm actually at the Stress Cinema watching a late night matinee. I can't sleep for shit because my mind won't shut up. You know, I'm afraid to make any decisions because, you know, it could be another bad one. So I have to think very pro and con thinking. And what's my next move on this RV that I bought. So with that being said, have a good one, folks. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next. Peace.